Okay, everybody, take a listen here. Listen to the bells. We're here at St. Peter's Square, and just moments ago, white smoke was coming out of the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, meaning the 133 cardinals inside have chosen a new leader for the 1.4 billion Catholics in the Roman Catholic Church. And I'm going to attempt to let you see the crowds. Take a look at the crowds who've been gathering all day long here in St. Peter's Square. They are here to mark the moment. Of course, we know that there's white smoke, but what we don't know is who indeed the next Pope of the Church will be. This was the largest papal conclave ever in history, 133 cardinals. 2/3 of those cardinals needed to agree on a name, at least 2/3, so that the next Pope could be named. Okay, so what comes next? We know that a Pope has been named, but we don't know exactly who that Pope is. That's going to happen in the next few hours. But once again, these crowds have been growing, and they will continue to grow over the next few hours. This is truly a landmark moment for the church, and so many questions as well. Did the cardinals choose someone who had the same world vision, the same point of view as Pope Francis, or did they choose someone who might have a different point of view, a different way of thinking? Pope Francis was seen as being progressive. There were some who were calling for someone who might be more of a traditionalist, but something to keep in mind that the vast majority of the cardinals who were voting and the cardinals who've been selected in recent years, they had been appointed by Pope Francis. There's a strong possibility that whoever was chosen does have his point of view, his world vision, and his vision for the church. And when we think about that, we think of things, for example, of welcoming the stranger, being there for the disenfranchised, which Francis always says was a hallmark of the church. We think of some of the things he did about welcoming women into leadership roles of the church, and also about the blessing of gay marriages. So those are some of the things that are still on the tips of our tongues. Those are the questions that we're still asking. But for right now, take a look at that crowd. There are thousands of people there. Yesterday, there were about 45,000 people gathered here, and that was only when the smoke was coming out, let alone how many people will be gathering here now. What we're going to do is continue to be in Rome for you in Chicago. We'll continue to follow this out to the end until we know the name of the next Pope of the Catholic Church, something that many people will be celebrating, not only throughout the world, but also especially in Chicago. Chicago is home to over 2 million Catholics, and so many of them have been keeping their eyes on what is happening here in Rome this week. This is Vince Gerasole. I'll have more reports for you streaming online and on our newscasts at CBS News Chicago.